Have you ever needed to find court records quickly and without spending a dime? In just the next few minutes, we're revealing how you can access Catawba County court records online absolutely free. Stay with us as we navigate this powerful tool that could save you time and money. Welcome to this explainer on unlocking the secrets to searching Catawba County court records online for free.
Okay, let's take a quick look at the agenda so you know exactly where we're headed. First, we'll cover Catawba court records online, followed by a step-by-step access guide. Then, we'll get into decoding your search results, navigating challenges and ethics, alternative free search tools, and finally, next steps and a quick disclaimer.
So let's kick things off with Section 1, Catawba Court Records Online. You know, before the digital age, reviewing court documents meant you literally had to make a physical trip down to the courthouse. But man, the landscape has completely changed now. Under the North Carolina Public Records Law, a ton of court records are legally designated as public. Basically, if a document is made or received by a North Carolina government agency while they're conducting public business, it's generally considered public record. And that means you have the right to review it.
So, what kind of stuff can you actually find in there? Well, Catawba County Superior and District Courts handle a massive array of cases. We're talking criminal cases and traffic charges, civil matters and disputes, divorce and some family cases, probate stuff like wills and estates, and even arrest information and warrants. Being able to pull these records up online, it completely saves you the hassle of traveling, standing in those long lines, and shelling out money for copy fees. It is absolutely a game changer for efficiency.
Moving right along to Section 2, Step-by-Step Access Guide.
The main hub for all of this is the public North Carolina eCourts portal, and using it is pretty straightforward. First, you just visit the portal online. Second, you choose your specific search tool. You'll want either Smart Search or the NC Judgment Search. Third, just plug in your criteria, like a person's name, a case number, or a date range. It's super user-friendly. Plus, you can access it totally anonymously without even having to register. Although, if you do create a free account, it lets you save active cases to a handy little dashboard, which is pretty nice.
Now, when you first enter the portal, you're going to see two distinct search engines. And honestly, knowing which one to use is half the battle. You'll want to use Smart Search when you need detailed, near real-time case summaries and chronological histories. Basically, it tells you the whole story of the case. On the flip side, use the NC Judgment Search when you're specifically looking for financial totals and North Carolina judgment indexes.
One quick tip to keep yourself from getting totally overwhelmed by data, because let's face it, searching a common name could pull up literally hundreds of files, is to use the advanced filtering options inside Smart Search. You can narrow your results down to specific categories like civil actions, special proceedings, estates, or criminal actions. Doing this turns what could be a super frustrating broad search into a really laser-focused inquiry.
All right, let's get into Section 3, Decoding Your Search Results.
Okay, so finding the record is a great first step, right? But court dockets are absolutely packed with shorthand that can look like a totally foreign language. You are inevitably going to encounter some heavy jargon, so it's a good idea to memorize a few basic abbreviations. For instance, CR means it's a criminal case, CVD stands for Civil District Court, and CVS is Civil Superior Court. If you're looking at family or child cases, you might spot GAL for guardian ad litem or TPR for termination of parental rights. Just keeping this quick cheat sheet in your head will make reviewing those case summaries so much easier.
Another area that trips people up is the financial data. When you're looking at criminal cost waivers, you'll see money statuses attached to the file. And these essentially explain the financial outcome of the case. Ordered simply means costs are due to be paid. Waived or remitted means the judge eliminated the obligation completely. Partially waived means, well, it was reduced. Not assessed means the fees simply wasn't applied by the judge at all. And finally, civil judgment means the obligation was essentially converted so it can be collected through civil enforcement. This really gives you a clear picture on any financial penalties involved in the record.
Let's move on to Section 4, Navigating Challenges and Ethics.
As you start digging deeper, you might hit some roadblocks. The reality is, you just aren't going to find absolutely everything online. Some files fall into the category of non-public records. We're talking about things like juvenile cases, adoptions, medical documents, and files containing sensitive personal information. Because these are strictly confidential, or maybe they just need to be redacted first, they are restricted from the portal to protect the privacy and safety of the individuals involved.
And that brings us to the strict legal boundaries we all need to respect. Actually,
It's an infraction and punishable by a fine to file documents that include social security numbers, driver's license numbers, or bank account numbers unless it is expressly required by law. The court system takes the protection of personal identifying information incredibly seriously. And as users of this data, it's just best practice for us to do exactly the same.
But hey, mistakes do happen. If you ever find that your own personal identifying information has accidentally been exposed on the public internet portal inside a court filing, there's a really clear way to fix it. You can submit an AOC-A250 form directly to the clerk of court to request that the sensitive material be removed from the public website. It is a fantastic safeguard to know about just in case.
Section 5 up next, alternative free search tools.
So, the eCourts portal is super powerful, but sometimes what you are looking for is actually better found outside of that central system. Depending on your research, you might want to use a specialized database. Like if you're digging into real estate history, property deeds, or liens, the Register of Deeds database is exactly where you want to be. For active jail bookings and bond info, the Sheriff's Inmate Search gives you real-time data. If you literally just need to find a specific upcoming court date, checking the District Attorney's portal is the fastest route. Oh, and if you ever need to prepare your own legal filings, the eCourts Guide and File is just a brilliant free tool.
And finally, Section 6, Next Steps and Disclaimer.
The most crucial point here is to actually put this newfound knowledge into practice. As soon as we wrap up this explainer, I want you to open up the eCourts portal website. Run a sample smart search using a public figure or a known entity just to get a feel for the interface. Test out those filtering tools we talked about and try bouncing between the smart search and the judgment search so you can really see the difference in the data it spits out. And remember, you can also use the eCourts Guide and File to prep documents, or you can head over to the clerk's office if you need official copies.
Now, do keep in mind that while viewing these records online is an amazing, free resource, it is really primarily for informational purposes. If you ever need an official, certified, physical copy of a document for a legal proceeding, or maybe a background check, you are still going to need to visit the Catawba County Clerk of Court's office in person and pay a small statutory fee. The digital portal is great, but it doesn't replace the official, physical stamp of the court.
And finally, please keep this important disclaimer in mind. While the information we've provided in this explainer is accurate to the best of our knowledge, legal matters are incredibly complex. You should always consult a qualified legal professional if you have specific questions, face complicated issues, or need actual legal advice regarding any of the records you find.
So, now that you are fully equipped with the tools, the legal context, and the knowledge to access Catawba County court records online completely for free, the power is literally in your hands. Whether you're researching local history, verifying information, or handling a personal legal matter, what hidden details will you uncover in the public record today? Thank you for exploring this vital public resource with us.